What's going on, y'all? It's Greg. Greg said it. And we back at it again. Bye week. But just coming off a great win down in Orlando. Of course, if you follow me, you know I was there. Rain and all. And so much. Just the experience. I didn't spend a lot of time on the campus. Got there right in time to go in. I didn't go to Big Noon. Didn't get to see the players go in. Have little boys with me. And then we caught the rain. So, well, we was there. And it was a good experience. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Boulder. So turns out that both of the games are back-to-back with a bye between. It's interesting to find out. The game is going to be another 8 o'clock game, 8:15. It's also interesting to find out that both teams have a bye. So Colorado is not only having a bye. Usually you have a bye, you have a chance to watch your opponent. Neither's going to get that opportunity. Interesting that it turns out this way. I was kind of planning for it to be a little different. I was hoping we both be undefeated. I definitely wanted Colorado to be undefeated. I didn't want them to lose because I want them to be as high as ranked as possible to make the win that much better. So here we are. They did go and beat Oklahoma State. But Arizona went and beat Utah, which is interesting. Which I told you all Utah wasn't what you thought. Just like I told y'all UCF wasn't what you thought. And Colorado's not what you thought. This is my receipts day. For the people who really follow me, know what I've been saying. We had some clowns come in and just have a field day. They nowhere to be found right now. They kind of tried to show up when Nebraska game. They thought it was going to be sweet. But it's going exactly like I said it would go. See, Colorado's a new team. People talk. They don't listen. They don't think. They don't listen to their own self. Colorado's a new team. Of course, it takes time for them to gel. Everybody said it. But I always said that talent is so high. Last year, the talent was high. But it was a lot of things that got in their way. I think the referees, I think some things happened that I pointed out many times over and over again. Remember, the stat came out, I think the Baylor game, it was almost like a record, like 8 games of 1 score or less. And that's how close Colorado was last year. And a lot of times it was that close because some calls were made. And a lot of times they couldn't overcome because some calls were made. But everybody want to throw in their face, they were 4-8, they were 4-8. They could have easily been 7-5. They could have easily been 8-4. They could have even got 9-3, possibly. That's less likely, but if you think about it, they barely lost to Arizona by a field goal. They barely lost to Oregon State, which was pretty much somewhere around the same. Maybe 6, maybe 3. I don't remember. Utah, you know how I feel about that. They beat Utah. Yeah, they had something, but they beat Utah record-wise. They beat them. They stole the points off the board, literally. And UCLA really was in trouble. They had to kick Shiloh out the game and everything to win that game. And they didn't really finish that game to the end themselves. They ended up being by 10. Got a field goal and a touchdown late. So they beat them by 10. But that game was a lot closer. It was a late thing. And, again, they had some help. Colorado wasn't the best team, but it wasn't what their record showed. I said that. And now I'm the one standing out. I'm the last one. And you see when people were talking all the offseason, Colorado going to do the same thing. And that's wishful thinking. It's not football. Colorado is now a team that's 4-1. They already won as many games that they would last year. And people, haters are hoping and wishing. I took my receipts. I took a graphic that said after they beat Baylor, but they're going to lose the rest of the year. That's your wishful thinking. That's your Vegas type thinking. That's your keep hope alive thinking. The reality is they're not going to lose all the rest of the games. And that's hurtful because they beat UCF and people really, really put UCF high on the pedestal. Maybe they should, and to an extent, but maybe they shouldn't. We'll see. But I put out a video that UCF will play into Colorado's hands. It should be the hottest video around. We hiding from a video. They out there. When everybody gave up on Colorado, I did. I gave some hard, I guess you can call it criticism from a standpoint of what I knew, which is the linebacker core, and they made some adjustments. Anybody know that's what I talked about most. And look at. We just had 2 of those linebackers who were like some of the top linebackers first few games. Both of them decided red shirt. Interesting. And one of my favorite linebackers finally get some PT. And it's like, it's coming together. Because remember, like I said, this is a new team. The players are learning to play together, but not only the players are learning to play together, the coaches are learning to coach together. And you got to realize what that looks like. And people wonder, why is Colorado getting better week by week by week? They're gelling. And I said it. Greg said it. That Colorado, we won't really know who they really are until the 4th and 5th game. Here we are. I told we would know Colorado by that UCF and Kansas State. Everybody said, it's the best game they ever played. Duh. That's football. Not the other stuff. Not that clown stuff. Not that hate cloud of your judgment stuff. I know football, but I got the hate cloud of me. It's going to take a few games for them boys to gel, and we watch them get better week by week. We watch the defense start off strong, but I think we get better week by week. They're only going to get better as long as they stay healthy. We know the offense, they starting off slow. They getting better week by week. It's a whole brand new line. They changing the line around, trying to figure it out. People in guard that should be tackle. They're figuring it out, and it's coming together. And we've seen the best production so far by the line. I find it interesting. It says a lot about coaching, because did you not know that 4 of those linemen were there last year? Yeah, we lost starters. Yeah, we say we lost most of the linemen, but when Houston and Harden come off that bench and start at right and tackle and guard, you're looking at linemen that played last year who actually played in that second half of the season, and they played pretty decent, but that unit just wasn't together. Hank played last year. Tyler Brown technically didn't play, but he was there last year. And then we got a true freshman. That is just, it's funny. And it speaks a lot about the growth of this team and the potential of this team. All those new linemen didn't play. Benson didn't play. He was hurt. I don't even think he made the trip. Mayers didn't play. All those guys who started the season, all those guys who are, he said, don't touch 2, we're here to make the line better, it's ironic, they didn't play. Some of our smaller linemen, I had a guy in the stand say, oh, they look so much bigger. UCF, plus, the roster was bigger. They was at home. We had our away team, And I said, but they don't look athletic. They look sloppy. Our linemen well put together. They may not be the biggest, but they definitely not the smallest. And people still trying to sell that he was speaking every counter stereotype he could. Oh, they small. Oh, they fine. They got a 3. And I said, you must ain't been watching no game. This is one of the best defenses in the country. Oh, Colorado, run the ball. He got a Colorado shirt, and he's doing his best to make every comment he can. It's interesting. Even people show up in disguise. But I said, Colorado will get better with time. I also said they play better in the daytime. Now, we're going to see, because they're going back to 8:15, but the last game they played late, that was at Colorado State. And they played pretty decent, but it wasn't a full game. So hopefully they just get full. What I do suggest is that they practice at night during this period. They get ready for this game. I highly suggest that. I'm going to keep putting out there. They need to get them boys' body used to being out there late at night. They need to practice at night instead of, they need to flip it. They need to be smart about it. Just like all other strategy, they need to be smart about it. Play late. Practice late. Get used to playing up on them lights versus the blue sky. And the cooler. I mean, it's going to be a lot cooler at 8 than it is with that sun out. So they just got to get their bodies and their mind and everything adjusted to that. And that's what it really be. Plus, you're waiting around all day. You need to wait all day and practice, just like you have to wait all day in the game, just so you can get a feel and get your mind right. I also talked about Colorado has always been, and it, rightfully so, and it's probably paid off. The lack of physicality in practice played a lot into how we played in the beginning. We really kind of pulled back pretty early as far as hitting and taking people to the ground, and our tackling showed, our physicality showed. But the last, at least couple weeks, Coach Prime said, forget that, y'all finna hit at practice. And they've been going at it because they getting more physical for the run. That's a smart strategy. That's a smart thing that he did. You have to keep doing it because everything gonna be physical going forward. It's going to be physical in the grind for KSU. It's going to be physical in the grind for a lot of these running teams that's in the conference. They're not really passing. And if you can shut down the run like you've been doing, they're going to have a hard time beating you because they can't outthrow you. That's another thing I said. You're not going to really beat Shador if you can't throw. That's why some people show they gonna try to throw. They got to keep up. And if they can't keep up, they're in trouble. We got a lot of quarterbacks left who can't throw. Oklahoma State's not really a throwing team. Baylor, they did all right. Pretty good. They're going to do all right. They're not really a throwing team. UCF, not really a throwing team. It shows. And when they get behind, everybody you notice who get behind, they get behind. That's what happened. That's what happened to Oklahoma State. They get behind. It's hard for them to come back. Even though they try against Utah, they struggle to come back on KSU. And that's what you're seeing with Kansas State. They struggled to come back when they lost to BYU. These teams are not built to air it out. Like, Colorado's almost considered a knockoff air raid. I mean, it's almost like you're not air raid, but you are, with the percentage of throwing that we do. But that tells you also that's why we was able to come back down by a touchdown or 2 or 3. Because we can score at the blink of an eye. A drop of a dime. You can see that. Other teams can't do that. They don't have a receiver. They may got 1 or 2 good receivers. Nobody stocked up at receiver like Colorado. They're not even stocked up at running back. I think the closest we've seen that's really stocked up in running back is the UCF team. Oh, everybody get 4-3. I was down and listening. They ain't going to be able to handle the weather. It's going to be cramps. Y'all ain't that hot. And Colorado already proven they can go into an environment different, like they did last year with TCU. And it don't make no difference. They train for it. Plus, these boys, a good amount of these boys are from Florida. They're from Georgia. They're from Texas. They're not new to heat. People got to come out of this crazy delusion about Colorado. I don't know what you're talking about. Repeating stuff that's dead wrong. The receipts are out. I've been clipping and clipping. Just like Vegas like to go up and come down and come down. And they went from Colorado can't win a now other game to possibly they can win any other game left except Kansas State. They still got to throw that out there because everybody's a superhero when you play Colorado. Everybody got kryptonite when you play them. But the reality is I got receipts. I've been keeping them. Greg said it. Go check out Instagram. Go check out Twitter. Go check out my YouTube page. It's really more so my YouTube page than Twitter, really, honestly. Instagram got to do better. I even got a Facebook page. Probably got more receipts there because Facebook do a good job. A lot of content I follow. Go follow me on Greg Said It on Facebook. I gotta push that a little more. I've shown all these different things saying what Colorado couldn't do, and then they're gonna flip it and act like we don't remember. I got receipts. I got receipts in my videos. Some people go back in that. Somebody say, how you know more and all that. Guy went back and deleted that comment. He wasn't man enough to face that. I didn't even comment before the UCF game. How you know more than us and everybody who got the spread. And he went back and deleted his comment. You come on here and you talking, and then you can't face, because I'm here, I'm doing my videos. You on my videos, you on my channel. I'm not deleting nothing. But people can do all that talk and they can go delete it or they can go move the goalpost. No. I like the engagement. But you're going to learn today. You bought that juice. It ain't no luck what's going on in Colorado. We told you. I know I told you. They're going to get better every week. They're going to play better together. They're going to be more cohesive. The offense going to run smoother. The line, finding out who's the best combination line. Clearly, they found out a good combination on the right side of the line this week. That's a new combination. They have to figure that out. It's new. They ain't got it last year. In live action, they don't have that to show who's going to play best together on that D-line. Who's the best combination? What plays work best? What packages work best? We're seeing different packages. The offense is doing different type of plays now. And you're like, whoa, we didn't see that before. And they were so vanilla. First game, people was in a panic. They lost their patience. I get it. They don't like no Pat Shermer. Just be patient. Linebacker court gelling. Now our backup linebackers like Wester coming in. We might mess around see some chainsaw now. I mean, both Trevor Woods and Jeremiah Brown decided to redshirt. I want to see a chainsaw. I think he got in a little bit. He's from Florida. These linebackers are talented. They're talented. And We no longer got the excuse. You know, I know everybody like Trevor, but he just wasn't a true linebacker in that sense with those boys playing over a Western. So when you got these boys who really understand the position, like can call the plays out and they in there together, wow. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Colorado is still getting better. They still make some simple mistakes from not communicating or just not playing together. But as they play together, they'll kind of understand each other. They'll better communicate with each other. The offense got new receivers. Like Will Shepard just emerged. He back. This guy's brand new. He got there in the summer. He's really going to get better as the season go by. Him and Shador get more understanding on the same page as the season go by, not less. It's expected for the receiver core to look better because they're playing together more. They making more corrections. They looking at film together. Oh, you shouldn't have did that. You should have did that. Now they understand what each other see and what they expect. They're going to be better. The running game, they get more confident. Coaches get more confident. They getting their feet up under them. You figuring out, oh, what works? Oh, I line like this. Oh, this guy here, like Augusta, he was running through people all kinds of ways. Oh, look at that. We're discovering some stuff. These people, their identity is being determined now. That's going to make the running game better. The line looking like, I can block. Tight end, like small, cracking them people. I can block. Colorado is not done, y'all. And you can let that foolish fool ooze out of you if you want to. Oh, they cocky. Oh, we got. I told you, and I'm telling you again, Colorado is not done. And it's not too many teams. We just talking this conference. Oh, we can't beat Georgia. We ain't talking about Georgia. Can't be Alabama. You know, you want to push them out SEC. Good. Push them to the playoff. But what I'm telling you is, it's not too many teams that can beat them like that. With that balanced attack they got. They got to beat themselves. They only put people in the game so far. They spotted Baylor 10 points. They spotted Nebraska touchdowns, pick sixes. They spotted North Dakota State. Everybody they played, they gave them what they gave them. They even gave UCF some stuff. As bad as they beat them. When they get it all the way together, you're going to be hurting if you're a hater. Because Colorado is strong when they learn to play together. And when they get all the kinks out, and like I said, better now than later. But this is right on time. They're 2-0 in the conference. While other people are losing in the conference. Kansas State already got a loss. They take another loss, they're in trouble. Because there's too many undefeated teams in the conference. See, Iowa State is still undefeated. BYU is still undefeated. Colorado's still undefeated. You can't get 2 games behind unless you just expect them to just dump some games they're supposed to lose. Oklahoma State already done shot themselves in the foot. They only gonna be a spoiler at this point. They already at 2, and they still got to play a lot of teams. Arizona, they don't lost 1. They should have technically lost 2 because Kansas State thumped them earlier this year. But it didn't count as a conference game, even though it was. So some of these teams can play the spoiler. But they pretty much in a bad spot. If you already done lost 2 games and it's just week 2. If you had 1 and you lose another one, you're in a bad spot already. They already lost your first and definitely already lost your second. So we can put the dagger in Kansas State. And like I said many times before, the world gonna recognize Colorado once they go through Kansas State. Oh, they can't beat the conference game. They can't beat the Power 5, Power 4, and they beat 3-0 in that conference. And they don't already beat UCF, who they swore they're going to beat. And they beat another team you swore they were going to beat. And then they finna come up on teams like Texas Tech, Cincinnati. They going to talk, oh, they can get them. Even though every game is a game. And they owe Arizona. Arizona just slid by. I want them to get Arizona. It's gonna, people, you talk about the hype train. That hype train gonna get to jumping. Just like it was early last year, I've already said it's gonna jump later. Cause like, oh, you already did this before. Even if it was 4-0, oh, you already did this last year. Well, it was 3-0 last year. And it was 4-1. don't even know if they was 4-1 because they won the first 3 games and then they lost the next 2. So it was 3-2. So they ain't been 4-1. See, people try to move their goalposts. Colorado just got to keep doing what they doing. But I'm giving y'all some insight because that's what I do. Beat Kansas State, which they should, at home. Momentum, focus, getting better. Then you get Arizona, it's smooth sailing. Kansas ain't what they thought they're going to be. It's looking like Utah is not, but I told y'all you're overselling Utah. Especially they got a backup quarterback in. Cam Rising ain't what y'all thought he gonna be. He kind of washed up a little bit. His knee ain't all the way down. He don't hurt his hands. He like to run the ball still. He can get popped again. Greg said it. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Ain't Greg said it for no reason. For all the people who want to make like I was wrong, they know where to be found. Greg said it. It's accurate. You want the real. You don't want the flip-flop. You don't want the, you sound good, but you really, really ain't evaluate, get too emotional. Greg said it. We're going to give you the real. A sober-minded analysis is what's going on with Colorado. Win, lose, or draw. Sober. I told you, even when they lost. But look at this, but look at that. They'll be all right. And they fixing the things. So make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. And as always, I'll be talking to y'all soon.